that I'm leaving on Sunday. What was I thinking? I should have stayed on Sunday and go to the beach or do something, right? I know what I was doing. I was listening to my husband. It's true. He's like, oh, I miss you, don't go for so long. I'm like, okay, and now that I'm here, I'm like, what was I thinking? So, I don't know. Lesson learned. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you. I think I only have like 10 minutes, but now I'm kind of like, little sabotage here. I won't be able to present my slides. Something looked like it got unplugged. Okay, no problem. I'm going to start talking. Well, first of all, let me tell you that Centennial College, we are in Toronto. I am the sub-regional manager for Latin America and the Caribbean of international education. Myself, I went to Canada many years ago as an international student. In case you haven't noticed my accent, right? I am from Latin America. I am from Venezuela, and I've been living in Canada 25 years already, and I will not go back. Only to visit, okay? But I love Canada. I mean, it's the land of opportunities for everybody. I went as an international student many years ago. I studied international business, and today I have a Master of Business Administration. I'm the regional manager for the college. I have my own company. I'm also a professor. So just because you go with a college doesn't mean that you have to stay there, okay? So the college has over 1,000 pathways to universities for you to keep going and keep growing if that's what you wanted to do. So now Centennial College is located in Toronto. Toronto is the financial capital of Canada. It's the largest city in Canada, okay? It's a mega city. It's very fast. It is very expensive too. But you gain something and you lose another. Why? Because when you get a job, you can also make more money in Toronto. There is more opportunities. The college is one of the largest and more prestigious and recognized college in Toronto. So we have built a very good reputation. So when you put Centennial College in your resume, the employers, they recognize it. So that has some weight, okay? So it's important too when you are looking for a job, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, that's what everybody wanna go there and get a good job and get paid, right? But you also wanna to put a college in your resume that is well known and recognized, okay? So with all of our programs, we have over 200 programs, okay? With all of our programs, you can study full-time and you can work part-time. You can work up to 20 hours a week, okay? During breaks, like let's say holidays and maybe the summer break, you can work full-time. If you are coming with your spouse or your partner can also obtain a full work permit and work full-time while you study. If you want to come with your family, you have children, for example, your children can study for free in all the schools of elementary all the way up to high school, okay? Once you graduate from our programs, all of our 200 programs, in fact, the college has 300 programs, but 200 programs are for international students, okay? So for those 200 programs, you are entitled to apply for the post-graduation work permit, okay? Which is an open work permit that you can stay in Canada and enjoy and work full-time, okay? I'm sure Jennifer already explained all that about the work permit, right? I don't know if there is anybody new here that doesn't know how it works, but if you have an open work permit after graduation and you work for a minimum of a year at least, you can qualify for permanent resident after that. So you can do all of that with Centennial College. We have a lot of fields. We have, or I should say, schools, okay? Well, I should tell you now when I go through my presentation so I can actually have some directions here. So talking about work, right? So I already told you that you can work part-time, and after you graduate, you can qualify for a post-graduation work permit. We actually have the career service department, which offer the service to help you look for jobs, okay? From day one until 2 years after graduation, we help you with the resume, with the cover letter. We have more than 1,500 companies, and I'm talking about associated companies, big companies like Air Canada, General Motors, Facebook, Google, all those big companies, you name it. They are all headquarters in Toronto, and they are all partners with Centennial. In fact, that's how we develop the curriculum of our careers. The directors of those companies, they come every 2 years, we review all our programs, and they come to the college and we tell them, we say, okay, so if you're gonna hire a student from Centennial, what do you need that person to know? Or if you're gonna hire anybody, what do you need that person to know? And they tell, well, they need to know computer, they need to know this, and that. Based on that, we develop the curriculum with the career in a way that when you graduate, what you are learning, it actually matches with the job requirements of the employers. Okay, so that's how we can guarantee that the education is high quality, because it's going to be all hands-on, and that's very important too. Everything is based on practice. As comparison to a university that is more theory, the college is all, hands-on. 85% of our programs have co-ops or internship. So at the end of your career, you are going to the last semester, instead of coming to the college, you're gonna be studying. Okay, you're gonna be working for a company, and they are paid for. The co-ops are all paid for if you qualify. Obviously, you have to have good grades, okay? So that's one of the things related to jobs. But the college is huge. We have 5 campuses in Toronto, beautiful buildings, state-of-the-art technology. Everything is practical. You're gonna have, we have labs, workshops. We even have our own airplanes. We have one of the most advanced jets in the world right now, where the students learn all the careers that has to be with the aerospace. One of the campus has $72 million. All of our campuses, just to give you an idea, are $70 million and up. Okay, so just to give you an idea how big the college is. We have the School of Business, the School of Communications, Design, Art, Media, we have Health, we have Community Studies, we have Engineering, Technology, Applied Science, Hospitality, Culinary, Management, we have Transportation. In any of those fields that I just mentioned, you have a lot of options. You can take certificate of 1 year, diplomas of 2 years, advanced diplomas of 3 years. We have a bachelor's degree, we have postgraduate certificates, and we have fast track, which are programs for those students that already have a university degree, but they want to specialize on something, mostly in the area of the technology and in the area of engineering. What else can I tell you? Right now, we have a promotion for those students that wants to take a postgraduate certificate. Usually, postgraduate certificates are only 1 year, similar like a master, right? But if you take 2, right, that will give you a lot of advantage. One is that you will get a scholarship of $2,000 of scholarship if your GPA is 3.3 for the second year, or the second program, you get a $2,000 scholarship. You obtain your letter of acceptance will be for 2 years. That means that you only apply for your study permit once, and you get a study permit of 2 years. And also you get the 3-year post-graduation work permits. For all of you that already have a university degree and looking to do a postgraduate certificate, that is a great option. Let me see, what else can I tell you? I already told you about our campus, our Bombardier campus. Like I said, we have our own airplane. I invite you to go by my table so I can give you the list of 200 programs. I guarantee there is something there for everybody. Everybody's going to find a program at Centennial. If no, we find something that, it will motivate you to study. And this is something very important because I often get that question. People say, well, I'm studying something here, but really, sometimes when we're studying here, we don't like it. So if you are going to study and you're going to do this big investment, I will say, personally, just jump with your 2 feet and do something that really you want to do. Because that's what's going to keep you motivated. That's what's going to make you get up out of the bed. And it is cold in Canada. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, but it's bearable. Like if I can do it, I'm from Minnesota. If I can do it, you guys can do it too. But it is hard when you move to a country. At least you already know the language. I had to learn the language, so you guys already have so much advantage compared to other immigrants that are in Canada because you already know the language. So for you to find a job and to adapt to the culture is going to be way easier than other people coming from different countries, right? But I do invite you to, think really what you want to do and study something that you feel passionate, that you get up out of the bed and be like, yes, I'm going to study that, you get that butterfly and that, energy that you feel like, yes, I'm going to Canada and something that is going to motivate you and keep you going. That's going to be very important. So if you don't get anything out of this, what I'm talking about, at least get that into your head. I need to study something to be motivated because as a professor myself, I can tell you that I see many students that they choose programs thinking, oh, I'm going to choose this program because it pays well, or I'm going to choose this program because my mom and my dad told me to, I have to study this. And then when they get there, they don't do well because the motivation and the passion is not there, okay? So make sure you're motivated and passionate, especially if it's a big investment. You want to do well. What else? I want to tell you about the careers that are in high demand right now. So one of the characteristics of the college is that we cannot offer careers unless there is job opportunities, that there are job openings, okay? And Toronto, for being such a large city, that is one of the characteristics of the city, that there is a lot of opportunity. So right now, I will tell you, if you want to study something related with health, those careers are in high demand in Canada because after the pandemic, there is a deficit on that. If you want to study anything that has to do with tourism, hotel management, culinary management, those careers are also in high demand for the reason that also that was one of the industries that got a lot of, it got hurt because nobody was going to eat, nobody was going to hotels. And Toronto is a very tourist place. Anything that has to do with the environment in Canada is priority, so that will be also a good career to choose. Anything that has to do with finance, business, obviously, the world right now with technology, we're moving even faster. So if you already have a degree or anything to do with business, you might want to upgrade that, the Canadian style, okay? If you're studying something, that has to do with engineering, also those fields are very good. Anything that has to do with technology is very good right now. There is a very high demand. If you have maybe a degree or maybe you are an engineering, we have a lot of engineering degrees that they are linked to technology, so you can get to the next step in your career, because right now technology is what's in. So any of those careers in those fields, I think you are going to do well, okay? We also have awesome careers, let's say game programming, architectural technology, we have art, design, we have music, we have, oh my gosh, we have absolutely everything. Like I said, I guarantee you can find something. What else? No, I don't know if anybody has a question, if I still have time. Do I have time? A little bit? Okay, so let me tell you right away. Okay, question?
Are they doing bachelor's degrees accredited in Canada for further studies?
Yes, Yes, we have over 1,000 pathways to universities too. So the question was, are our bachelor's degree accredited in Canada? Yes, and in the world too. With a Canadian degree, you can go anywhere and study anywhere in the world as well. So Canadian education is very high up. Yes. Yes. Doesn't work that way. Okay, so you want like a revalidation of your degree. Okay, so let me explain you something how it works in Canada. Really, if you go into study and you want to validate your degree, and let's say you are an engineer here and you want to be an engineer there for something, it doesn't really exactly work that way. You have to study in Canada. Okay, I recommend you, if you already have a degree, do a short career, and your degree is going to be recognized by your employer, okay? Once you put it in your resume. So you're going to have your Canadian experience or your Canadian certificate or diploma plus your degree. It will complement. But it's not like one per one, where you validate that degree here and a degree there. Because for that, the university will have to have a special agreement with each university here to be able to be recognized. So it doesn't really work like that, okay? So in your case, if you already have a degree, your best bet is to do a postgraduate certificate that will add a value to your degree, or do a fast track program. But there is no revalidation per se. Fast track will recognize your degree and then you enter at the second year of the program, okay? So we do look at your education, because if you're going to do a postgraduate certificate, we're looking at the degree that you already have from here. But it's not like an equivalent, an equal equivalent per se, okay? About the application process, to apply to the college is free, okay? You don't have to pay nothing to apply to the college. The application is completely free. Once you apply and you send all your documents, then we are going to tell you if you got accepted or not, or if we need more information, okay? If you got accepted into the college, then you do have to pay a deposit. That deposit is going to be to reserve your spot, because we are a college with a very high demand. So we are going to reserve the spot with a deposit, which is part of your tuition of the first semester. It's nothing extra. So it's part of the tuition of your first semester, and we are going to give you the letter of acceptance, okay? That letter of acceptance is the document that you need to apply for your study permit. If for some reason your study permit gets denied, the deposit is refundable, minus $200 of an administration fee. The cost of the deposit is $2,650 Canadian. Remember, I'm always talking about Canadian money. It's lower than the American money, okay? So I think right now with the change, it's about 1,800 US, something like that. So that's what you're going to pay after you get accepted to get the letter of acceptance, okay? And like I said, it's refundable if your study permit gets denied. Also, if for some reason you're not able to make it on time to start your semester, you can transfer to the next semester without losing your money. So it's like a bank account. You don't lose your money, it's always going to be there unless you want it back, okay? Once you get your study permit, you secure that everything is okay, then you pay the balance of the tuition. Usually the tuition for all of our programs, whether they are diplomas or degrees or postgraduate certificates, is approximately $9,000 Canadian per semester. So about 18,000 a year, okay? The semesters in Canada are 4 months. So you will be technically studying 8 months out of the year, okay? And in between, you can work full time. It all will depend when you start your program. So we have 3 intakes. Classes start in September, then in January, and then in May. So it depends when you start. If you start in January, sometimes you might do 3 semesters, which is 1 whole year, right? So it depends what you want to do. Some people, they rather take programs in a way that they can work in between in the summer. Other people just want to get done and graduate faster. So it depends on, when the program is available and when you want to start the study. What else I want to tell you? Question?
Yes, I noticed you were saying you were relating to those who have a degree. What if you don't have a degree? And I didn't hear you mention anything about real estate.
Okay, so if you don't have a degree, no problem. We have undergraduate programs. So anybody that just graduated from high school or doesn't have a degree, you just can take any of our other programs, okay? We have, like I said, we have 200 programs, so we can find something for you in any of the areas that you want to study. In that case, the requirements, we only need your transcripts from high school, your diploma or certificate from high school, and we need 4 CSCs. Okay, that's all. That's all that we need.
Offer real estate, right?
We do not offer real estate, and the reason for that is because in Canada you have to go to the real estate college. You actually do it online. So what I recommend for you is that you can study any business program, and then you do the online real estate. It's like a license that you do. Like you pay $500. And then you go you get your study for 3 months. You can do it online, or they can even send you the books at home. Okay, and then you get it's called like a pre-license, and then you do your next level, and then you get another license. So you have to have 3 certificates to be able to work as a real estate. Okay. But with that, because it's online, you don't get a study permit because it's online. If you study real estate, so I would recommend you to do that. Maybe you can do a 2-year business diploma, and then in the meantime, or after you graduate, that you are able to work full time and start doing their online real estate when you already have your work permit. Okay. We do not offer employment, but we help you to find jobs. Yes. All of our programs, you qualify to study and to work. So you study full time and then you work part time, and we can help you to find jobs. Okay. Usually, and this is a question that is very common. People ask me, with the money that I'm gonna make while I'm working, can I pay the college? And the answer for that is no, for 2 reasons. One, because you need to demonstrate to the government that you have the tuition money before you get to Canada, okay? You have to pay before you get there so you can obtain your visa. The second is that because you're only gonna be working 20 hours, most of those jobs are like minimum wage jobs, okay? Most of our students, they find jobs in the service area, maybe McDonald's, anything, working fast, depend on the personal profile, right? But it's not working 20 hours a week is not gonna be enough to pay college, to pay food, to pay your housing, okay? So it's gonna help you, it does help, but it's not gonna be enough money 20 hours, unless you're making $200 an hour, then yeah. But usually, to be honest, no, but it helps. A sponsor, it doesn't really matter for this. A sponsor from another country. I'm not sure what's the question. So that's more like an immigration question. I'm not sure. I know that to get your study permit, you need the letter of the acceptance of the college. Without that, even if you have a sponsor, you are not gonna get the study permit. You have to have that letter. It's like the college is your invitation. Okay? Any other question? Yes. So if you start in 1 year, and this is not just for Centennial, but for everybody in Canada. If you study a program of 1 year, if you study with a public college, then you get 1 year of post-graduation work permit. If you study minimum 2 years, then you can get 3 years of the post-graduation work permit, which is an open work permit to stay in Canada and work full-time for 3 years after graduation. After, or not after, during those 3 years, if you find a job related with your career, and that's where we help you to find those jobs, you work for 1 year consecutive, or it could be part-time too, because it actually is 16 hours that you have to work. So it's the equivalent of a year, okay? If you complete all those 16 hours, well, it's not 16 hours, 1,650 hours, okay? If you complete those hours, whether full-time or part-time, then you can qualify for permanent resident. So really, somebody that study a program that is 2 years, work for 1 year, by the end of the 4th year, you could be applying for permanent resident. Okay? Any other question?
So just one quick clarification, you mentioned the $9,000, that's for international.
Yes. Yes, $9,000 approximately per semester for international students. And you remind me something. A lot of students that ask me, I want to go to a university after that, okay? Because why? A lot of students, they use the college as a stepping stone, okay? One, because the application process is more simple, and because the tuition of the college is way lower than university. So, like in the college, you will be paying 19, 20,000 a year. University could be 40, 60,000 a year, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that the education of the college is a low quality or anything like that. The reason for the main difference in price is because the colleges are public colleges, and they are sponsored for the government. So the idea that the government has is that they want to bring people, train them, high quality education, short careers, that in a way that in 2-3 years you're back in the work field, and then you're helping continue build the economy of the country. So it's like a constant rotating machine. Now, if from the college you want to transfer to the university and complete your bachelor's degree, in the case somebody want to go to university or want to do masters, we have over 1,000 pathways to university, so you can continue your education that way, okay? So you don't have to stop in there, okay? Well, they're telling me that I'm out of time. I am so sorry that I wasn't able to show my presentation. Oh, now I can share it? You want to share it? Yeah? Okay. He said he's going to send it to everybody. But, yeah. So, if you have any questions, you can go and see me in the front. You can grab a sheet. In the back of the sheet, there is my email. You can also contact Janine, the organizers of this event, which is so nice. They will help you with all the application process, immigration process. They even pick you up at the airport. Like, it's amazing, the housing and everything. So I wish you the best. Okay, I hope to see you in Canada, and you can do it. If I did it, you guys can do it. Okay, thank you, and I enjoy the rest of the
All right, thank you so much, Olga. All right.
Then dip me underway. Fill my mouth with flow, flow, flow. Hold me till I scream for every, and wash me over until